Hello, Virgo. It's me, Brandy. This is a general. I would like to say timeless, but more like May. So we're going to pull an energy, and it's going to go anywhere in your life, okay? If it doesn't resonate, well, I guess it wasn't for you. All right, okay. Well, that one was easy. This is all about mishaps, cars going wrong, false tests, glitches, screw ups, miscommunication. But I will read all of that for you. That is the energy for whenever you decide to watch this. One moment, please. Okay. Mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. That's pretty powerful on its own, isn't it? The retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks a 3.5-week period where any important action should be postponed. This is Virgo, okay? We don't need to know that, okay? It is not a predictable planet along its normal direct, but once it goes retrograde, all things ruled by Mercury suddenly begin. So I think it's like, where's Mercury on your chart? You need to find out, because that's where your life's going to be affected for the next 3.5 weeks, okay? Because it causes it to literally blah, 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 right? If you're a writer, it's the perfect time to revise your writings. Okay, it's blah, 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 blah. When this card comes in a reading, back up all of your equipment, your computers, cell phone numbers, address book, anything to do with technology or mechanics. Electrical appliances may end up needing to be returned. Any sell items will often turn out to be massive duds. Don't make the mistake of purchasing a vehicle at this time either. If you're to have your vehicle repaired, expect making another visit to the shop to have something revised or corrected. How long will this period last? I'm sorry. My cousin just got the phone with me and she's on her way. She's a Virgo. You guys have probably seen her in some of my readings. She's going to have something fixed, and I can't help but laugh right now. Anyways, not that I'm laughing at her, but if you have to have your vehicle repaired, you're gonna have to have something corrected. Uh, you're supposed to give the matter a week and then seek more guidance. Okay. You'll want to go over any contract you sign. You want to check any email or letter before you send it. If you're about to leave on a trip, you need to leave early. It's unusual delays, okay? You need to make sure you have clothing for all types of weather. Mundane things aside, it's more empathetic, okay? You're going to be more silently, internally keyed into people's energies, which is going to cause unusual and faded meetings. You may meet up with someone you haven't seen in years in a weird place. You may have a conversation with someone, it was only a superficial like connection or passing, and like you connect with that person on a much deeper level. Okay, if you're asking about the strengthening of a relationship, it's not a good time to get married. It is an excellent time to renew vows. It is not a good time to initiate a divorce or end a relationship, because you will start to move forward again. Things will get better. Then, so if you're feeling hopeless or worried that's not going to work out if you're in one, it's a good sign to turn up. It means it's like there's a lot more going on at current time than what you can see, and it will get stronger, okay? It's also a good time to connect with someone from the past to renew. Like, people have changed, people grow, people learn their lessons sometimes, all right? So just expect, don't launch any business here. Watch your poor judgment. Just, if you're going to accept a job, things may not go as planned. It's a time to slow down because there's changes in schedule, okay? It's like unexpected failures. So just keep that in mind. Some people have a week and some people have a 3.5-week period. Where are they? Let's see if this has something to do with a person. Okay, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you skip the message, not my fault if you don't get all of it. People are very impatient. I have cowardly. Uncomfortable. Unlovable. This is not a good energy. So you are definitely feeling hopeless or vice versa, okay? Keep this in mind. Whoever you may be dealing with, they're a little worried to send a message. They're a little worried to have a conversation with you. It makes them very uncomfortable or makes you very uncomfortable. That's why the letters need to be revised, relooked at. Keep in mind this could be, flip the script. Because someone just doesn't feel worthy enough. A whole lot of doubt here that needs to be dealt with. Like, you're not a failure. You're not a screw up. Okay, but you definitely need to work on some confidence things here. Like, why are you hiding? If you feel like things always go wrong for you, try a different way. No one's unlovable. Well, that's because they make it that way on themselves. Because someone's very unstable in what it is that they want and their emotions being hectic. Okay. Yeah. It's like there may be two choices here. Someone from the past that you were very much in love with and you went like a total freak out. I don't know. But it's like you're trying, you or them, they're trying to like escape their feelings by masking it with things. It's not helping. It's actually making the situation way more chaotic, just so you know. So be careful in the decisions that you make today when you when you watch this, because you're not completely able to make that decision wisely, is what I'm picking up. No offense to you. Okay, we all go through that. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please. What is Mercury? It's all about reinvention, though. It's like making sure you go over things instead of gung-hoing it. Seven of Swords. Okay. Yeah, definitely some untruth here. Untruth. Okay. So if you are trying to initiate a divorce, like they said, please wait a week and think it over, especially with the 7 there. Swords is days to me. Think that over. Don't initiate it for 1 week when you watch this. Okay, yeah. Someone is definitely unhappy. Their confidence level is down. It's like plans that never made it to fruition. Like you're always upset, which makes you feel like you're not loved. This is definitely something of that sort. Like you're a screw up. Your emotions are all over the place right now. They're trying to balance that out. That's why they're saying, please wait 1 week. Do not go make foolish mistakes. Do not go get hammered. We have Taurus showing up. Okay, you're really needing to seek some guidance from someone that's very important to you, that you always go to for guidance, that gives a real guidance, but you need to listen this time. This is a marriage or a very long-standing relationship, a traditional type. We have the Queen of Swords, who is very single, very cold, depending on what's going on. We have the 7 of Cups because there's too much confusion going on, which tells me you don't need to make it because your mind and your emotions are not stable to make these judgment calls right now. Okay? They're not. Let's see uncomfortable, spirit, archangels, and guides. Okay. I think this is stepping out of your comfort zone to work alongside someone because you're just used to kind of doing things on your own. You know what I mean? Which is why you feel unlovable. I have the 6 of Swords that may happen to be go on a journey with someone. You know what I mean? This is maybe to their family house or something. You just don't feel comfortable with that. Yeah, it's like you feel second place in whatever situation this is. Like, you're always put on the back burner. And we have death, because reinvention, transformation. That's why they're saying you need to wait a moment, because you're having a lot of internal conflicts right now. There's a lot of chaos that's kind of in you, out of you. You know, people saying things they shouldn't, which is making you do things you shouldn't. All right, just wait a minute. Yeah, here's the Hangman. You just need to Kumasabi, Virgo. Okay, what is a personal message? I just got a clear message while I was doing that. Someone thinks their partner's cheating on them because they're not very confident with themselves. That's why you need to wait a minute, because you don't have all the information. Someone fed you some bullshit. So please wait. No, that was specific. Felt that one. Where are you? Ah, she feels she knows. May 22nd. May 22nd is prevalent for someone out there. Okay. Let's me. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that's bringing what was once obscured into clarity. That whole first sentence, do not make a decision when you see this for 1 week. Please. I don't care what it is that you're doing. Take that into advice. All right? This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. The insight will assist you, and you're asked to honor it. You will know which insight is right at the time. Your heart will tell you. Therefore, being asked to rely upon the clarity that's coming to you now or just recently came. From that place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. It comes to you with the guidance about long range or long-term development, something that's far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment that's of importance. You will only have a dim sense of that possibility at best. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in the time you'll understand more of the bigger picture. You'll come to see why things are happening and how you're being helped onto the next stage of your path. It may look like an obstacle, but you're being asked to think in terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions, which makes you uncomfortable. Okay, that's very clear here. Okay, if you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, it's especially relevant. Through the natural process of transformation, great leaps are indeed possible, but you need to be prepared to let the process happen with absolute, trust. Okay. Something about your life path and your purpose, being prepared for it, to build a foundation that's actually strong. Okay. All right, let's take these back. I really hate that some of you feel like you're not loved. I did that for a very long time, and you know what? Literally started loving myself when it came. People don't understand the power of that, right? We don't sit and beg people to give us our basic fucking needs. We don't sit and beg people for forgiveness or whatever. We forgive ourselves for the shit situations we've been put into life, and that's how people become narcissists. Okay, I need you to understand something real quick. That's exactly how people become narcissists, because they take the horrible situations they were put in and they don't learn from it to help people. And that's how empaths are born, because they take those dark ass times and flip them into the light to help other people. That's just an empath. Okay, yeah. Being beat as a child, being starved, whatever. It can mess a person up. Molestation, all of that. I get it. But not everyone's that way. You don't have to live your life in fear. You don't have to live your life being unloved. Okay, you don't have to live your life with shit-ass partners. Just saying. I didn't want this deck. Sorry. Alright. Tell me more, Virgo. Okay, guys, you've seen this come out like this, right? All by its little self. Someone has a heavy Taurus placement, Taurus person, or a very wise person they seek answers from. You may need them. You may need to rely on them right now. This also heavily has to do with traditions and trying to become stable and, you know, seeking spiritual guidance, the key, the light. Because you feel like you are weak. You feel like you haven't got the answers. And they're saying stop because you're going back into old patterns here. Old patterns. Someone is definitely married, okay? And you're supposed to rely on faith. Okay, so I have the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. But her back. Her back is to the new opportunity. Her back is to the past person. We've been there. We've done that. Back again. I really am trying to get myself emotionally stable, and I don't want your offer. Yep. Look, that brings nothing but anxiety to you if you receive the message. Like, you're like already going through all that Scorpio energy still anyways, and we just moved into Gemini. So you're trying to get clear thoughts. You are trying to get stable, and that's why they want you to wait like a week before you make a legit decision, before you have to answer anyone or make a purchase or, you know, whatever that is, a small, insignificant thing. But shit. There's too much that you can't see right now. Like I said, it's obscured. You have a major transformation that's coming into your life, and they're always shedding a little bit of light. But I feel like trying to win at all costs, no matter what, or having someone around you that has that energy, okay, it's the wrong person. They are not your friend. All right. They're almost like trying to hurt you with their words or something. Yeah, it's very toxic. Something we've held on to that's a very toxic manner. They're trying to center your emotions. They're trying to bring out that subtle knowing that they were talking about there, for you to be able to move on and take. That's major. Okay, they are trying to give you, but they're saying you got to get yourself, stop worrying so much about that future, because you're not noticing these repetitive cycles that you're doing, that you're keeping yourself literally bound to from your past and your present. You know what I mean? This is way too many bad cycles here. Something that you rely on heavily that you're so used to that's not good for you. Shit, I've always been these cards. We have the Seven of Swords again on the underlying energy. Someone thinks they're being very tricky and not telling the honest upfront truth. Hold on. I hear some noises. I forgot a cat was in here. Okay. Anyways, what I'm getting here is like, I think you've been listening to the wrong person, to the wrong voices. I am getting something about psychiatric care. Okay. And like being shut in, being alone, really plays on a person's mental aspect. And like, Spirit is trying to end all that past, you know, fear and guilt, so you can literally step into the new and release all that. It's not good for you. Like, look at her face, whether you're a male or not. Now, when I see the peacock feather, that means hope and faith and prosperity lie ahead. Even though she has a black eye, bruised lip, it's like her gaze lets you know that. She's relying on faith. She knows better times are coming. And someone, you know, they've been lying to you, I think, the whole time. You've been lying to yourself. It's like you're in that fight or flight type of mode all the time. One more card, please. Right, very defensive. And the main message for 2021 for Virgo was work. Inner work, outer work, and advancing successfully. Okay, learning that patience is very much needed for the success in your life. Whether that's in a relationship or job, however you want to put that. Okay? Spirit's been trying to tell you. And now let's get the postcard from Spirit. And if you haven't hit subscribe, please do so. Comment. You don't have to hit the bell or whatever, but, let me know what's going on. Did this resonate? Someone take their car into the shop and I have to go back. Alright. Dearest you, there are times when loss is a part of life. Sometimes a loss is welcome. My God, Virgo, you need to go check out last month's reading. Like, legit. I believe this is the same damn message. You need to go check that out. I think that's currently playing out in your life. Like, when you leave a situation not in alignment with your highest good, sometimes a loss is sudden and painful. Like when a loved one crosses over to our dimension. Regardless of the nature of the loss and your control of it, your experience is asking you to be acknowledged because you do not feel acknowledged. That was all over this. Tears are necessary, as is grief. When you repress the natural expression of loss and try to move on too quickly, which is the whole toxic cycle over here of making poor choices, the unprocessed pain haunts you in a destructive way. We don't want that for you. Instead, let your heart break open wide. Feel the loss and integrate it. See the beauty that was, the lessons learned. And know that as you let go of what has passed, even more of you remains. It gets better, we promise. Your heart expands with more compassion. And, love heals all. I mean, that is the entire reading. You need to go check out last month's. All right. Peace.